Have you ever heard of a Christmas demon named Krampus? An intriguing question to start things off, wouldn't you agree? As we approach December 5th, we find ourselves on the cusp of a rather peculiar holiday tradition known as Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night. Picture this, if you will. Instead of the jolly old St. Nicholas, a goat-like demon, reminiscent of the satyrs and fauns of Greek mythology, takes center stage. This is Krampus, the counterpart to St. Nicholas, who is far from being a bearer of gifts. Instead, he is known to punish children for their misbehavior in a rather dramatic fashion. He hits them, stuffs them into a bag, and whisks them away. The Feast of St. Nicholas, celebrated on December 6th, sets the stage for Krampus's entrance the night before. On the morning of December 6th, children would rush to see if the shoe or boot they'd left out contains presents, a reward for good behavior, or a rod or twigs, symbolizing Krampus's displeasure for their bad behavior. While it may sound rather dark and grim to some, Krampusnacht is considered Halloween for adults in many parts of the world. Revelers in Austria, Germany, Italy, Hungary, Slovenia, the Czech Republic, and even the United States dress up as demons, partake in a bit of merrymaking, and chase people down the streets, especially children. Our understanding of Krampus and the tradition of Krampusnacht is rooted in ancient European practices of mummery during the winter solstice season, which can be traced back tens of thousands of years. These traditions have survived in various forms, shaping our modern Halloween with its costumes, trick-or-treat, and pagan symbolism. Saint Nick, Santa Claus, Old Man Winter, the Horned Goat Man, the Devil, or Old Nick. These are all archetypes found in these folk rituals. Among them, Krampus stands out as a figure shrouded in mystery. Now let's delve a little deeper into the history and traditions of this fascinating holiday. The origins of Krampus are as mysterious as the character himself. This goat-like demon, who plays counterpart to St. Nicholas, has a history shrouded in the mists of time. Some anthropologists suggest that the Krampus tradition is pre-Christian, tracing back to the pagan mythology that was prevalent across Europe. Delving deeper into the roots of Krampus, we find parallels to the satyrs and fauns of Greek mythology. The Horned Goat Man is a recurring figure in many folk rituals associated with the winter solstice, a practice known as mummery, which dates back tens of thousands of years. These ancient traditions of guiding and masking have survived through the ages, influencing modern celebrations such as Halloween. But where does Krampus fit into this? Among the many figures in these rituals, two archetypes stand out: Old Man Winter and the Horned Goat Man. These are now found in the forms of Saint Nick or Santa Claus and the Devil, often referred to as Old Nick, but also known as Krampus. The exact origin of Krampus, however, remains a topic of debate. Some believe that Krampus harks back to the Wiccan deity of the horned god of the witches, a symbol of nature, wilderness, sexuality, hunting, and the life cycle. Meanwhile, anthropologist John J. Honigman proposed a different theory, stating, Krampus derives from a pagan supernatural who was assimilated to the Christian devil. Despite his murky origins, Krampus has not always been welcomed with open arms. The Catholic Church suppressed Krampus for years, forbidding raucous celebrations in his name. During World War II, European fascists also denounced Krampus, branding him a creation of the Social Democrats. Yet, despite these attempts to erase him, Krampus has proven resilient. Today, he's making a comeback in his homeland, with Austrian retailers even attempting to soften his image by selling chocolates, figurines, and collectible horns. Regardless of his origins, Krampus has been a part of winter celebrations for centuries. His story serves as a fascinating lens through which we can explore history, culture, and our own human nature. Krampus is not alone in his December escapades. His counterpart, St. Nicholas, serves as the yang to his yin. They are two sides of the same coin, representing reward and punishment, good and bad, light and dark. The interplay between these two figures is a key part of the Krampusnacht tradition. St. Nicholas, the benevolent gift giver, rewards well-behaved children with presents, while Krampus, the menacing goat demon, punishes the naughty ones. This checks and balances system is symbolized by the tradition of leaving out a shoe or boot on the night of December 5th. Come morning, children find either gifts as a token of St. Nicholas, appreciation for their good behavior, or a rod or twigs from Krampus as a warning for their misdeeds. This tradition is observed with slight variations across different countries. In Austria and Germany, for instance, children might find their shoes filled with sweets, fruits, nuts, and small toys if they've been good. But if they've been naughty, they'll find only a bundle of twigs. In Hungary, children not only leave their boots out but also clean and polish them to make them pleasing for St. Nicholas. In Slovenia and the Czech Republic, children who have behaved badly might even find a potato or a lump of coal in their shoes, a stark reminder of Krampus's watchful eye. And in parts of Italy, particularly in the South Tyrol region, children leave a letter for St. Nicholas in their shoe, expressing their hopes for the coming year. So while the figure of Krampus might seem scary, his role in the tradition is to serve as a deterrent for bad behavior, a reminder of the consequences that come with our actions. He is not there to instill fear, but to teach a lesson. And so as we delve deeper into the lore of Krampusnacht, we find that it isn't solely about the fear of punishment. It's also about the joy of reward, the anticipation of a new day, the reflection on our actions, and the hope for a better tomorrow. Krampusnacht is as much about rewards as it is about consequences. Krampusnacht is more than just folklore, it's a full-blown celebration. In Austria, Germany, Italy, Hungary, Slovenia, the Czech Republic, and even parts of the United States, the night of December 5th is marked with a unique kind of revelry. People dress up as Krampus, the goat-like demon, and chase people down the streets, especially children. It's a night of laughter and fright, a night that's often compared to Halloween, but with a distinctly different flavor. In many ways, Krampusnacht is a celebration of our collective past. The act of dressing up as animals or mythic figures known as mummery is a practice that dates back tens of thousands of years. These performances and parades are a nod to the winter solstice traditions of our European ancestors. In this sense, Krampusnacht is a living history lesson, a way for us to connect with the beliefs and practices of those who came before us. The festivities of Krampusnacht are also a reflection of our human need for balance. If St. Nicholas represents generosity and kindness, Krampus embodies mischief and punishment. This duality is a recurring theme in many cultures and religions: the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, the good and the evil. Krampusnacht gives us a chance to explore this dichotomy in a playful, albeit slightly terrifying way. And while it might seem strange to celebrate a demon, it's important to remember that Krampus isn't evil. He's a symbol of consequence, a reminder that our actions have repercussions. In a world where we are often shielded from the results of our misdeeds, Krampus serves as a stark and somewhat humorous reminder of responsibility. Krampusnacht is also a testament to the power of tradition. Despite attempts to suppress the celebration, it has endured. In fact, it's growing in popularity, with more and more people joining in the festivities each year. Even the commercial world is getting in on the act, with shops selling Krampus chocolates, figurines, and collectible horns. Krampusnacht is a night of revelry and mischief, a stark contrast to the serene image of Christmas. But it's also a celebration of our shared history, our human nature, and the power of tradition. It's a night when we can let loose, embrace our wild side, and maybe, just maybe, learn a little something about ourselves in the process. Krampus has had quite a journey through history. From a feared pagan deity to a demonized figure of Christian lore, his story is as captivating as it is terrifying. Emerging from the shadows of pre-Christian folklore, Krampus was a dark figure who played a crucial role in the winter solstice festivities. However, with the advent of Christianity, things began to change. The Catholic Church, in its quest to suppress pagan practices, painted Krampus as a symbol of evil, a counterpart to the benevolent St. Nicholas. As the centuries passed, Krampus's image was further demonized, with the church forbidding the raucous celebrations that once marked his arrival. The demon was pushed to the fringes, his name spoken in hushed whispers, his image hidden in the darkest corners of folklore. The political landscape of Europe during World War II added another layer to Krampus's tale. The fascists, in their fervor to eradicate anything they deemed un-German, labeled Krampus as a creation of the Social Democrats. His image was further tarnished, his celebrations suppressed, his story silenced. Yet, like the winter solstice he once marked, Krampus has experienced a rebirth. The 21st century has seen a resurgence of Krampus in popular culture. Books, movies, and television shows are bringing the horned demon back into the limelight. Even retailers in his homeland of Austria are capitalizing on his popularity, selling everything from Krampus chocolates to collectible horns. His image may have softened, his persona may have been commercialized, but the essence of Krampus remains. The demon who once walked the earth during the longest nights of the year, scaring children into good behavior, is once again a part of our cultural consciousness. His story serves as a reminder of our past, a link to the ancient traditions that shaped our societies. Despite the many attempts to suppress him, Krampus remains a beloved, if feared, figure in many cultures. The figure of Krampus has intrigued many, including philosophers and psychologists. Diving into the philosophical perspectives, Friedrich Nietzsche, the renowned German philosopher, may have seen Krampus as a representation of his theory of the Apollonian and Dionysian. The Apollonian represents order, rationality, and harmony, embodied in the figure of Saint Nicholas, while the Dionysian represents chaos, irrationality, and instinct, symbolized by Krampus. The dual existence of Saint Nicholas and Krampus during the holiday season can be seen as a reflection of Nietzsche's concept, a balance between the rational and the irrational, the orderly and the chaotic. In the realm of psychology, Carl Jung's concept of archetypes becomes relevant. Jung proposed that universal mythic characters reside within the collective unconscious of people worldwide. These archetypes represent fundamental human themes: love, power, fear, desire, and they shape our behaviors and our perceptions. Krampus, in this context, can be seen as an embodiment of the shadow archetype. This archetype, according to Jung, represents the darker, uncivilized, and even animalistic aspects of our subconscious. It's the part of us we often deny or hide, but it's also the source of our creativity and individuality. Krampus also serves as a reminder of the trickster archetype. This archetype embodies chaos and disruption, often breaking rules and norms, challenging the status quo and creating discomfort. But the trickster also brings change, transformation, and often growth. By challenging societal norms and confronting us with our fears and transgressions, Krampus, as the trickster, forces us to reflect, to reconsider, and ultimately to evolve. These philosophical viewpoints and psychological theories offer a deeper understanding of why Krampus resonates with so many people. It's not just about the thrill of the scare or the fun of the costume. It's about confronting and acknowledging the darker, more complex aspects of our nature. Krampus, then, is not just a mythical figure, but a manifestation of our deepest fears and desires. So, what can we take away from our exploration of Krampusnacht? Our journey through the intriguing, sometimes eerie world of Krampusnacht has offered us a glimpse into a festival that is as ancient as it is fascinating. We've learned about the origins of Krampus, a figure born from pre-Christian pagan mythology, embodying the horned god of the witches. We've explored the relationship between Krampus and St. Nicholas, two figures that stand at opposite ends of the spectrum of reward and punishment. We've also delved into the varied and colorful celebrations of Krampusnacht, from the raucous parades in Austria to the quieter observances in the United States. We've seen how this tradition has evolved and endured through the ages, surviving suppression, war, and political turmoil. Most intriguingly, we've contemplated the cultural and psychological significance of Krampus, guided by the thoughts of Nietzsche and Jung's archetypes. Whether you celebrate Krampusnacht or not, there's no denying the fascinating history and traditions of this unique holiday. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the darker side of holiday celebrations. Before we wrap up, we would love to hear from you. What do you think about Krampusnacht? Is it a tradition that you would consider embracing, or do you find it a bit too eerie for your taste? Perhaps you have experienced Krampusnacht firsthand, and if so, we'd love to hear about your experiences. Leave your thoughts and comments below. As we journey through the rich tapestry of cultures and traditions around the world, your engagement helps us explore more deeply and broadly. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you've enjoyed this journey into the darker side of holiday celebrations, make sure to share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, you might just inspire someone to start their own Krampusnacht celebration. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration. Stay curious, stay informed, and as always, keep exploring. Until the next time, goodbye.